Hello everybody, today I'm going to go over how to use images the best way possible. There are many different ways to add images to your website, and I'm going to go over the two different ways. One is through the dashboard and the other is through the visual builder. So let's go through how to use it on the dashboard first. I go to I go to Manage Media. Then I click on Add Delete Media. And this will bring me up to my images library. Now in this demo account, you can clearly see I have a lot of images, and this will show all the images I've ever uploaded through the media library or through the visual builder. It's like they're stored on your account as a library, and so when you upload an image one time, you don't need to re-upload it for different pages. You can keep referring back to the same image. So let's go to Add New. Let's select a file. Then you find the image on your desktop computer. So here it is. And let's also look at this image. This image is a PNG file. You can upload PNG files or JPEG files. The size of it is 245 kilobits. It depends. The ideal size is important because the smaller the file size, the quicker it will load on your audience's computers. Now let's click Open. And you'll notice it's processing. The bigger the file is, the more time it will take to process. And then what we'll do is crunch it. So it's actually going to make various sizes of this image to be used in your website so that you know how to, so that you can basically optimize the experience for the user. For instance, you don't need to show a 2000 pixel wide image on a screen that's only 900 pixels wide. So you will have the different scaled sizes for the different size types of audiences. And in addition, it will compress it for you automatically. So now that you've done that, let's also click on the edit button so you can see some more details on this image. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's go back to Manage Media. Let's see that it's in your account right here. There it is. And let's see, let's edit it. And here's where we can check out the location of the image, the size, or we could decide to delete it. You could also view your image in another location now that it's up in your system. Let's reload the visual builder. And let's see if we can see our image. So we will just add a new module, and we will look for the image module. And then we will click on this blank image placeholder, and you will see your image right here. A couple other notes. It is good to give details about your image. For instance, I'm going to call it an emoji fox, so that if somebody is disabled and has a screen reader, then they will know what that image is. You can also give it a caption, picture of fox, and you could even give it more detail. And the reason you'd want to do this is for SEO. In some scenarios, these extra details will help for the Google engine to know what this file is, and then maybe show your site as relevant when showing this file. You can also see the three different sizes it's made. It's made a thumbnail in a medium size and a full size. I can choose what size I want to insert there. So for instance, if it's a really skinny column, I might just want to use a 300 by 300 image and not use the full size image, and that way it will load faster on your audience's computers. So let's do the medium. And there it is. Once it's added to your website, you can mess with some of the design elements. For instance, you could align it in the center. You can further adjust the max width, max height, stuff like that to really customize the look and feel of that image. And you can also filter that image. So say you don't have time to do it in Photoshop or the Experience, you can make quick alterations to this image right here. It's if you know the image is not going to be changing or is going to be static, it's better to do these edits in Photoshop if possible, because then that is less work that your audience's computer needs to do on the image when they see that image. But sometimes you're jammed for time, you don't have time to edit it, and this is a great little tool. You can also make it transparent. So if you had a different background, it could then show to kind of hover over that background. So that's one way to use this image. You can also use the various hover techniques with this image. For instance, maybe you want to have it lighter, and then we go to that filter, where there's our opacity, and we do a hover effect. So then when we hover over it, it's no longer 44%, but 100%. So that's a nice little effect you can do. You can also use images for backgrounds. So for instance, let's take this whole row here and just make this column have a background. Because that image is already in my library, I can go to image, go to background image, and select it right there, or upload a new one. But let's just select this one for now and look at the different options. Now you see that image is using what's called a cover scaling method, so it means it fills up the full width. But let's say we want it to be actual size. It will show like that. And then we can also change the way it repeats, so that's no repeat, but we could also have it repeat horizontally or vertically. And let's go back to no repeat. We could also decide to use a parallax effect. And what that parallax effect means is that it will scroll when you scroll down at a different speed. See how it scrolls, and it kind of gives a little three-dimensional effect when you do that. Now, one of the tricks of that, though, is you lose control of some of the abilities to how it will scale on the background. So you might need to adjust that photo in Photoshop to get more control of that image. So those are the basics of how to best use images. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching.